Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of Unfamiliar Territory. I'm joined by my co-host, Callie Kais.
Welcome, everyone.
And today we have a master of the archetype, 420dragon, joining us today.
Hello, how's it going?
So, 420dragon, do you want to introduce yourself, who you are, and how you got to familiars and everything?
Yeah, so I'm 420dragon. I think I started playing familiars in like late 2014. I remember it was like I lived in LA, right, and there was a GP in LA, and it was right around the time that Cons of Tarkir came out. This is sort of my pauper origin story, I guess. And I just I don't know, I remember I won like a box or whatever at the GP, and I went home and I was opening my box, and I was looking at Treasure Cruise. I'd played a little bit of pauper like a year before, probably just like some mono blue delver or whatever. And I was looking at Treasure Cruise and I was like, holy shit, why don't I just play Delver and Pauper with Treasure Cruise? That sounds so fucking sick. So I did that, and then I think eventually, because at this time I was really getting into combo decks. Jeskai Ascendancy really converted me to combo decks. So I was all doing that shit in Standard, and then so I was like, oh, is there any combo decks in Pauper? And then I think eventually somehow I came across the Familiars deck, and I was like, oh shit, why the fuck am I not playing this? So then the first version that I picked up, I believe it was Alfonso 666666's fucking Grixis deck, his fucking Grixis Familiars deck, and that's sick. So I was playing that. I remember, I feel like I did something dumb. There was a Carevex Torch. I was playing a Carevex Torch to kill people, which is so bad, but it was sick, dude. So I was just playing that with Nightscape Familiars and everything. And then eventually Treasure Cruise got banned, I guess. And then I sort of was like, okay, well, what now? Well, I think even before Treasure Cruise got banned, I actually tried the Esper versions, because I would just play all the dailies. Because I'd finished high school early, because I went to a weird fucking school, so that I could just I didn't have anything to do, so I just played Magic Online every day. So yeah, and then whatever, Treasure Cruise got banned, so then I was just okay, well, I'll just play Esper then. And then yeah, I just played a shit ton of Esper, and it was dope.
That's awesome. I always thought that you were the originator, but I guess you learned from somebody else too. That's awesome.
Yeah, I just was a net decker, dude, like anybody else.
Yeah, I think most of the familiars players thought that you just were the originator of making it popular, but I guess
no,
Alfonso...
I kind of was later, after Cloud of Fairies got banned. I kind of did that.
Okay.
But
that makes
when
sense.
Cloud of Fairies was alive, I was just another net decker, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Cloud of Fairies was so dumb.
Cloud of Fairies was... Dude, I fucking love that card.
So when Cloud of Fairies got banned, did everybody else drop Familiars, basically, at that time?
Yeah, no, I dropped Familiars, too. I remember when Cloud of Fairies got banned, I went and I played fucking... I played Jeskai Core Sky Fisher deck.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was playing. I played that for 3 or 4 months or whatever.
Oh yeah, I got with the Boros.
Yeah, no, I played some Boros too. Actually, around that time, the Monarch card had just came out, and I think I got the first 5-0 with the actual Red-White Monarch deck.
That's awesome.
Because I was like, wait, what if I just cut the fucking Ichor Wellsprings and Kuldotha Rebirths for the one that makes makes their guy not attack for a turn, Alchemist Vial, and the Monarch card. And so I did that, and it was pretty good.
Not only are you the one that made Familiars popular back in after Cloud of Fairies banned, but you also made Boros Monarch popular.
Yeah, I feel like the Monarch card was the less impressive half of that, because that's kind of obviously busted. The card that I'm really proud of is the Alchemist Vial. I feel like
Yeah, to protect the Monarch.
me right there. Yeah, the Alchemist Vial, that was me. But yeah, so whatever. I think that was the summer after my freshman year of college, right? And then, whatever, the next year starts, and I think at this point I'm playing a bunch of Hearthstone. I have a roommate next door who's into Hearthstone, so that was cool, because it's cool to meet gamers. And then oh, I forgot about Peregrine Drake. Yeah, so Peregrine Drake happened. Right?
Yeah. That was between then... I think Peregrine Drake...
That
I don't know if it was... I think it was before Boros Monarch.
No, I think it came after. like a little bit
Yeah,
after.
wait, I forget. Because when did the Monarch card come out?
I think the Monarch card came out in like 2016 or 2017 because I kind of got into Pauper at that time.
Okay. So I think, yeah, so I think Peregrine Drake happened before all this shit. So Peregrine Drake was dope. That was another story. Yeah, I remember, like, the first day Peregrine Drake got revealed, I, like, went on Cockatrice, and I was, like, fucking, like, jamming matches with Esper Peregrine Drake. That was fucking sick. And then eventually, like, I got around to playing against my friend. I was like, I'm gonna try this blue-red version. And I was like, okay, dude, like, just play Delver. And he was playing Delver, and I remember we had a game where I mulliganed to 4, and I just, like, easily won. And I was like, holy shit, wait, this deck's insane. And then I also built, like, a Skyfisher version, and then I remember on the first day, I almost 5-0'd with both versions. I think I punted away the 10th match, or the 9th match or something, but whatever. It was still sick. I think I 5-0'd with the standard, like, blue-red version. It was like a shitty version, because it was, day 1 or whatever. But yeah, I didn't make it there with the Skyfisher version, which, I never really touched again. But yeah, so then Peregrine Drake happened. That was cool. And then eventually that got banned in, like, November or whatever. So then I was kind of like, oh, shit, like, what do I do now? I think I remember I played some of the blue-black Chittering Rats Flicker deck. I played some of that. That deck was chill. Yeah, the Ratlock. Played some of that. I probably played more of the fucking core Skyfisher decks. And then I guess eventually I was just like, oh yeah. I remember what happened was Dinrova Horror came out. That was what really got me back to trying for familiars, was I was like, oh wait, like I can just fucking Dinrova Horror people. So I was trying to do that for a bit, and then I feel like I kind of eventually didn't keep doing that or whatever. And then Ixalan came out, and I remember like somebody would hit me up and was like, yo, is Prosperous Pirates at all good? Like, you can combo with that. And then I was like, oh, you can combo with that, I guess. So I tried that, and honestly, I don't know why I thought it was good. I feel like it was bad. I just liked the APM and just APMing people and just doing the combo or whatever. But I feel like I don't even know why I thought that was good. But yeah, and then eventually, like, I was just like, I don't know, for whatever reason, I just was like, wait, I don't know, because I played the Pirates deck and I did kind of well with it, with like the Jeskai Pirates. I don't know why. I honestly don't really know why. I feel like that.
Well, so those in that format, that like the aggro decks were still kind of vulnerable for one-for-one removal, it seemed. So like you could kind of get them, and those lists that you were playing had like Flame Slash, and then you had the Infinite Bolt, Infinite Compulsive. So you kind of had like 2 outs for infinite kill, and then you kind of like transitioned to just blue-white with just Sage Road Denizen cutting like all the other things.
I think the real piece was fucking Godfarrow's Faithful. That's what changed. When Godfarrow's Faithful came out, then I feel like you didn't, like, because then you had like so much just built-in raw power that it's just like, you don't have to commit cards to removal anymore. You just play fucking this 0-4 that is basically a removal spell because it blocks, and then also it's like a win con and a way to stay alive. Like, it's just everything for your deck, and it costs 1 fucking mana. It's like, that card was just absurd. Well, that actually makes me want to play Familiars again. I forgot about that card.
So then you're like, I saw all these videos, and then you did this like this video called like Blue-White Familiars Just the Essentials, I think it was.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then that was a thing that kind of like got posted a lot, and that was what you came in second in the PTQ with, was just blue-white.
That was sick. I feel like that was like a good deck. That was a good deck that I feel like I worked a lot on. Because that was when people were playing the blue-black Delver deck. I feel like, because that was, like, when I actually did well at the PTQ, I feel like I hadn't actually been playing that much Pauper at the time. I remember I played, like, a bit with Kung Fu Trees, like, the week before, whatever, to, like, test versus blue-black, because I was like, alright, if I can be blue-black, I feel like I'll be doing pretty sweet. And then honestly, like at PQ itself, I feel like I was kind of just like it was super easy. I just like fucking farmed everyone.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, you're just like, and now I win.
like
Infinite
everyone was
life.
just like too slow, and I was just like, okay, well, I mean, if you're too slow, I'm gonna kill you. And yeah, and then I lost to Bogles in the finals or whatever. Oh man, I didn't even realize that I made a mistake, but I remember watching the match after, and like he was like, "Oh, dude, like you could just like look for snap and try to snap your wall or whatever." And it like the thing didn't even have trample, and I fucking scooped to the thing that didn't even have trample. So that was a bad moment, but whatever.
You know, I think that's one thing that happens when you play a lot of Magic Online and you play in paper. You just miss so much shit because you're like, oh, I can't. Like the triggers aren't just flying around all over the place for you to understand. And it isn't just like you have to remember it has trample or you have to remember it has first strikes. Like it comes out of nowhere. The transition for me from like because I started only on Magic Online, and when I started trying to play in paper, it's just like I can't pay attention to this. I remember, for me, when I got into Pauper, I was playing Boros Monarch. I guess I was playing your Monarch list. And then,
like I didn't like I'm sure like the later developments were not mostly me.
yeah. So then I don't know if I ran into you in a league first or somebody else, like in paper, but I just couldn't even understand what was going on because so many things are flying around.
With the Familiars deck, that's
Yeah.
funny.
And I was like, okay, well now I need to do this because this is insane. And then as soon as you start playing like Drifter, Snap, Drifter, Flicker, Drifter, and you're just like, okay, I'm never gonna go back to anything else.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
So then after the Blue Monday, then I think that you played a little bit, but then like it was like Megatron time. And then I think he's like popped up for a 5-0 here and there. But
Yeah,
like
no, I feel
Astrolabe
like
wasn't
Tron-
like a good time for you.
I feel like Tron was always like sleeper insane, even like before the Blue Monday shit, and it's just like playing against Tron as familiars, it just felt like I was playing a worse version of Tron, and it's like I feel like that's when I stopped playing the format actually, is because it was just like, how the fuck am I supposed to be Tron? It's like they do everything I'm doing like for free, and then also it's like they like blow up my lands. And it's like, how am I supposed to win, dude? Like,
Yeah. And freaking Dinroga Horror is the worst thing you can possibly
like,
see.
if they're actually gunning for you too, they play fucking Earth Rift and you can never win. And they have
Yeah.
Pyroblast and like whatever. It's like, how do you ever win that? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play turn 4 horror and ruin your life now. Good game.
yeah.
It's been an interesting transition because, like, so Astrolabe came out, and then, you know, over a period of about a month, it transitioned into just kitty decks. It was only kitty decks. It was like kitty with Spellstutter Sprite or kitty with Secret of the Way, or just like some
that
other
also
random
made
shit.
me hate- That also
I
made me hate,
hated.
like,
It was like the worst format I've ever been in. It was just horrible. But then
yeah.
I think when Mystic Sanctuary was released, Astrolabe was still around, and then Birdman started playing like a all basics fams list.
That deck was sick.
And
didn't
I
actually
was
play that much.
basically like when I saw Sanctuary was revealed, I started trying to do the same thing, but he had a better list because he's a better, faster builder than I am. And then it was just like I just net deck that,
Yeah, of course.
and that was really fun. But then you still had to like worry about the insane grind against the Jeskai shit deck, and you're just like, I don't want to be involved in this that much. And then when Astro got banned, I just kind of like stuck to the blue-white familiars with no walls and just using Sanctuary as your recursion engine. And it was very sweet because you can basically you got 3 walls that you can take out, so that's extra space, and then potentially cut on lands and add cantrips, and it was just like really really efficient engine. But then you get into the point like the trigger from the land, like you're probably used to how the trigger from Mortuary Mire can be kind of slow sometimes. So you got this, you're trying to loop through your deck, stacking these land triggers on the stack, and then just like slamming the yes button and the okay button as you go through, while a Boros Monarch player is like, guess what? You've been dealing with me for 45 turns, so you're going to time out. It's just like very frustrating. And then we came to That was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet. Did you ever try that?
I tried it a bit. I didn't play it like that much, honestly. I probably played like 1 or 2 leagues with the like the Astrolabe. I mean, I guess actually I played more Astro with like the Mystic Sanctuary builds. Really, is what I mean. Yeah, I don't know, but you were talking about the like Jeskai Ephemerate decks.
Yeah. Did you play
I
that
really
at all?
hated that shit, dude. I did play some of that, but I really like because that was probably like at the very tail end of me playing a lot of Pauper. Was like that deck came out, and it was just like I was not used to like getting outgrinded by fucking Core Skyfisher Seeker of the Way decks. I was like, this is not right, dude. Like I was not having a good time getting outgrinded by Seeker of the Way,
Yeah.
whatever decks.
Well, somebody said, I saw that Core Sky or Glinthawk Astrolabe is just an evoked Muldrifter. So you paid 2 and a white for, draw 2 and a 2/2 flyer. That's insane rate. That's absolutely busted.
Yeah, no, for sure. The Astrolabe was absolutely absurd. I was messing around a lot with Astrolabe and trying to build some sort of Familiars deck. I remember I played a lot of like Bant. I was trying to blow up your lands, but it was just not. It just really couldn't compete with the power. There's just the raw power of that Jeskai deck. That deck was insane.
Yeah, we basically the end result when we had Mystic Sanctuary was play draw go, get good drowse them, and win from hand. Which was pretty sweet. Like, once I had a plan to kill them, then it was like, alright, this is fun again. I can win.
Yeah, that works.
But
that's definitely solid.
It took a while to get to that point and a lot of losses.
Yeah, for sure.
So now we're like past all that. We had this horrid Mystic Sanctuary meta where blue-red, any Delver deck would just like lock you out of the game with Deprive and Tragic Lesson.
I saw those decks. Those decks actually looked kind of scary. I never actually tried them, but I would have kind of liked to try them.
It was basically like, if you ever didn't have action in your hand, you were just dead.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like now, like the advantage that you had versus the Delver decks was that you have this insane late game that, beats their late game because they don't have something like this. And then now all of a sudden they have something like this. And it's like, oh, wait. Now they're just able to interact with us and fucking get an insane card draw engine in the late game. It's like, what do we really have going for us anymore?
Yeah, and now Tron has this card called Bonder's Ornament. I don't know if you saw this.
Oh, I've seen that card. Yeah, that card's fucked up.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid because they have perfect mana and they don't have to interact with you. They can just draw a card every turn or multiple cards every turn. So we're in this weird spot, and we had a new banning on Monday of this week, which was banned Sanctuary and Expedition map. So Sanctuary, we all make, that makes a lot of sense, and it makes a big impact on the format. And then we're all saying, like, Expedition map does almost nothing. So we still have Tron to contend with. But then everything else is kind of like, okay, we have our late game again. We have a way better late game than everybody else, and, like, if you can get past the first couple of turns against a Delver deck, you're never going to win. You just gain a bajillion life with your Faithfuls and draw with Deep Analysis and stuff. So we've been screwing around a lot. Zimplfy, do you want to go into that?
Yeah, so, I mean, with Sanctuary gone now, we have to, like, try to figure out how we're going to beat Tron and all that. So we've been on Process Pirates for speed, and Splashing Red now for Pyroblast. And I ended up getting 10th in the challenge today. But I never played against Tron, I just farmed against fairy decks all day. But we're still trying to figure it out, and we have no clue what's right now.
Yeah, so I don't know, because that's definitely the way to beat Tron, right? Is now that they have the Expedition map gone, their deck is going to be a bit slower. So I think that opens up a bit of opportunities for the Familiars players to maybe go under the Tron decks, because that's like historically how you beat Tron, is you just get online for them. So yeah, the Prosperous Pirates is definitely a way to do that. I like the Pyroblasts. Those can be strong. But I don't know, what I was thinking is maybe like you just go with like Esper and just like actually just try to like hard combo them. Maybe?
Like 6 fams?
Yeah, like 6 or maybe even 7.
We now have this land cycle.
So like the island one is called Thriving Isle, and it always taps for blue mana, and then when it comes into the battlefield, you get to choose another color.
Oh, crazy! And it enters tapped or what?
Yeah, it's like a regular tap land, yeah.
Okay, so that's good for familiars, right?
But it's also good for Tron.
Yeah, with Esper fams now, it's pretty easy to just play it because now you don't need like Prism or anything like that. So you can just like switch a couple bounce lands or something like that for Thriving Isles.
Cut some of the fetches. I feel like.
Yeah, you can cut some of those, and now you have like perfect fixing, which is nice.
But then you're in a situation where you're like, if you have 7 fams, do you think you would want to go up to like 2 Sage Rows? Try to like.
That is the part I've not really been able to answer that question.
Yeah, but one of the things like trying the Pirates list is just like it's mega sweet because you just like all of a sudden you have like 6,000 treasure tokens and you just kablamo them. Like I decided I would in my Pirates list.
Pirates is that the card is just so individually weak.
Yeah, that's true.
The good thing is that there's a lot of aggro right now, so it kind of just blocks everything.
Okay,
nice.
yeah. I guess that is when the pirate is good, is when it's not that individually weak.
Yeah, I mean, when you were playing it, there was a lot of control around, so, I mean, it wasn't that great there, but, I mean, right now it's fine, I think.
We also, I mean, you were around for Savage Swipe coming into the format, obviously, right?
That card's so good.
So, and Winding Way was in the same set, right?
Winding Way? Oh, yeah, and then Elves goes crazy or whatever. Wait, I don't think they were in the same set. Was the fight card from Modern Masters or whatever?
Yeah, Modern Masters. Modern Horizons.
Okay, yeah, I guess you're right then.
So now, like, one of the other things is, like, we have to fit a lot of things into the deck, so we have to play interaction. So, with the wall lists, I was playing 3 counterspells main with prohibits to be able to, like, snip a Spellstutter Sprite or a Savage Swipe or something like that. So it's like hard to find the space.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing about counterspells is like, I don't know. It always makes me wonder if there's like some card that could like do a similar thing better. Like, I don't know, like a Repulsed or some shit that can like function as a card draw when you're going off, or function as an interaction piece when you need that. But the thing about those cards is that they're so weak against like Tron and stuff like that. So I don't know.
So mostly, yeah, like I know Negate would like be better for Tron specifically, but sometimes you can like get their Prism or something and set them back a little bit, and then like protect against their counterspell on your combo turn. It's just been like for me super important to have at least 2, because I know the list we're used to playing 1. Like 1 Negate, 1 Stonehorn or something like that. But I just feel like I wouldn't draw it.
Blood Pet's idea. He really loved the Negate.
Yeah, we talked to him about that. I mean, a lot of the old lists didn't even play any counters, so.
Yeah, I don't really like playing counters that much, honestly. But I did play the Pyroblasts. The Pyroblasts, that was really to beat Tron, yeah, I think, and then also I guess actually when I started it. It was probably to beat like Delver, because I really fucking hated Delver. But then eventually I realized that this was really good against Tron when I was trying to beat Tron.
Yeah, I think now we actually have to play some kind of counters main deck, which kind of sucks. There's just too much interaction that every deck plays now.
Yeah. Well, with the new lands, maybe like a Jeskai version is good with like Pyroblast main deck or whatever. You have the Faithfuls. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Pyroblast is pretty good, right?
Have you seen the Method Man and Raptor 56's like tap on tap combo, infinite mana combo deck?
What is it? What is it called? You want to send me a list?
So basically, he calls it Raptor, or Raptor calls it Rainbow Familiars. But basically, what you do is you snap on taps 2 lands. So he stacks enchantments on the lands so that they tap in total for enough mana that you can untap them. Okay, and then and so you play Archaeomancer, get back snap Archaeomancer, get back.
Okay, yeah.
And then you get infinite mana, and then you flicker like Mancer and Seagate Oracle to draw your deck.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That sounds cool. I've definitely played some decks like that. Actually, Yeah, I definitely messed around with some land enchant decks. Probably
Like Pedal Festival?
no, it was really like similar shit to what you're describing, like where you just like fucking try to snap shit or whatever, with just make a bunch of mana. Um, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, I would be down.
Yeah, so Abundant Growth makes the forest tap for only blue mana, so you can like enchant the forest with Sprawl and Fertile Ground, and then
That's sick.
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So this list is what Raptor made the finals in the Pauper Championship in 2019. Yeah. So in 2019 they had this Pauper Championship where
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
yeah.
the like whatever when they announced that shit.
Yeah, and then this quarter they also had like they're doing like quarterly format championships that qualify for the MOX, the Magic Online Championship Series or whatever. Yeah, so I luckily made that with the blue-white familiars, which was cool. But hopefully, like we can keep moving forward here.
Dude, yeah, this is dope. I want to play that.
It's pretty nuts. It goes fast, but you like have to.
It seems like really glass cannon-y.
It's kind of risky because you have to like get your draw right and then get there, but it can technically win on turn 3.
Oh shit, that's so cool.
Yeah, we do have a podcast episode with him. It's a pretty nutty deck.
Yeah, it seems sick, dude.
So when you were working on familiars, were you doing it like solo?
No, I would talk a lot with like Kung Fu Trees and like Blood Pet. I don't know. Yeah, it kind of depends. I mean, I feel like, yeah, definitely towards like the later ends, I was talking a lot with like Kung Fu Trees and Blood Pet, and we would just like jam matches sometimes and like try different stuff. Yeah, it was cool.
It's been really awesome, like having other people to, like just kind of run ideas by.
Yeah, no, it is. I used to talk a lot in the whatever it was, the Pauper Discord. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a thing.
Still a thing. So what do you think that you would start trying any familiars again, or are you gonna kind of stay on LOL and?
I really don't know. I mean, this does make
For you, it's more just for fun, right? You're not trying to accomplish
it's
anything.
really like if I enjoy it, I'll play it. Like, I don't know. I'm just living life.
That's awesome. What are you up to now? Did you graduate college?
I did. I graduated college. I work at fucking the grocery store. I have a job right now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, having a job is good.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it's hard to find time once life hits.
Yeah, and I don't know. I would be down actually to play some of this shit. You guys send me some lists.
Oh yeah, we have all the lists in the Discord if you want to pop in. So basically, we're thinking like, and there's this other combo deck in the format which might be fun for you to play and try out at least a little bit, called Walls.
Oh yeah, the walls, dude. I've played some walls. That's sick.
And now this guy Caleb Gannon like made it a mono green walls list, which has been pretty crazy.
That's so cool.
They went on turn 4 pretty consistently with the through if there's no interaction.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't miss like Snap Drifter anymore? Like you could play Hearthstone and be fine?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like when I go back and play some familiars, it's like it's harder because I don't have like the muscle memories as much, and like I suck now, you know?
Yeah. Like all the where to click and everything, because like takes so much time. Like all of that is very important.
I mean, actually, it's probably easier now. It was a way bigger problem for me with like the Mystic Sanctuary shit, because then like I actually have to learn a new combo.
Yeah.
But like this actually looks like some shit that like I've played like all this shit type of stuff before.
Yeah, the post Sanctuary build that Zimp ran today was basically almost the same as the old Pirates builds that you were running.
Yeah, no, these lists look like very homely to me. Like they look like home.
And what's nice is like with this kind of list now, you can just like out snap aggro still, as long as it's not Bogles, and then just gain a bajillion life with Faithfuls.
Yeah.
And I think this might be a good idea with the Pirates build or like the Bant enchantment build. To try to go under Tron. And then Raptor also 5-0 today with a more of a Bant Ephemerate build that doesn't have technically like an end game combo, but more of like a lock you out style spam stack.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I mean anybody can just throw Ephemerate in the deck and just counterspell them to death, which is brutal.
I know that deck.
Yeah,
but I think
that might actually be a better end game.
I think if you want to play like all out familiars, I think Pirates is probably the way to go right now.
What is
just this
Pirates.
so when you go off with Pirates, you're like you just get to do everything in one turn, and plus the Jeskai colors are very satisfying. So like when you put it all together, it's just very shiny and fun.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if you really because what beats the Ephemerate lock or whatever.
Well, there's not much Ephemerate right now.
Yeah, so there's right now the Astrolabe Jeskai Snow deck is basically non-existent because Astrolabe is gone. There are some people trying to make it work with Snowlands and Thriving Isle.
Well, but I mean Ephemerate as an end game in Familiars.
I think it's mostly just a space consideration. Because if you're playing Ephemerate, you're cutting other cards, and then how do you get to your end game, or like what are you really trying to accomplish? We did when we were not running. So one of the lists that we were running in the end of the Sanctuary time frame was basically 2 Ephemerate, 2 Flicker, 2 Mancer, and 3 to 4 Snaps, and some bounce lands. So you've got like all the value of everything you could possibly want, and like maybe a counterspell main. So you can just, you're ephemerating everything, you're snapping everything, you have your flicker combo at the end, and just like for Tron, you were outvaluing them or going under them. It was pretty easy to set up a got you win.
Yeah, I was playing this for a while. This is my version of Familiars with like almost no combo, but just Ephemerate lock people to death. And I won a few tournaments with it. I don't think it's good anymore though. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a lot of what's cool is there's like a lot of avenues, and like we're always trying to get more people just testing things and figuring things out.
Yeah, we still haven't figured out shit though. It's been like 5 days, and we're still trying to figure out what's correct.
Yeah, I mean, it never really feels like you figure out shit until you, I don't even know. It's just like you just try shit.
I always think it's personal preference, Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like there is, whatever would be like objectively good stuff, but it's just like even when you are doing something objectively good, you might not know it. It's like it's hard to fucking actually know what's going on.
I think it's a sick deck though.
I think some people just like ephemerate locking people. Some people like comboing off. It's just a bunch of different things that people like with familiars. So
you have to try to choose a goal and then work towards that as far as what you want the deck to do.
Yeah. I don't really think there's one stock list that everybody should play.
Yeah, looking at the list, it definitely does not seem like there's a stock list yet. I mean, eventually, if people keep playing it, eventually there should probably be a stock list that comes out.
Usually it's one of Callie's.
It's one of Callie's.
I'm the main grinder right now for Familiars anyway.
It's pretty cool.
It's been a good time. I got to get my win rate back up though. Sanctuary was kind of carrying me.
I'm trying to beat Callie to the 5-0. We'll see who gets it first, I guess.
Yeah, no, this is cool, dude. This is cool. I'm glad to see the deck is still alive, man.
To be honest, after the ban, we all thought Familiars was dead because Tron was still tier 0.
After the Sanctuary ban?
Yeah, the Sanctuary map ban, because map didn't affect Tron at all, because you just had crop rotation and you could play Preordain instead.
I mean, I think it does affect them a bit, but yeah, playing Preordain is way more scary to me actually than the crop rotation shit.
Yeah, but now Tron's still tier 0, so we all thought we're just gonna play bounce lands and die dead in Revel Horror, but I guess we can still farm against everything else. So we'll see how it's positioned in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I've been able to sneak under them with the Pirates build, and I won two out of 3 matches in my last like 15 that I ended up facing Tron. So I think it is reasonable to try to like get them with a pyro and stop them from getting you, because if they are, you just have to make them be scared, I guess is what I would say.
Yeah.
You know, like a combo deck is scary to someone who's trying to play control because they don't know if you're going to win. So you have to like
be careful about
force them to like be a little bit too cautious, and then just sneak them with like 2 backups, tap them low on their end step somehow, and then get them. Which is why I like the Pirates, because I can cut Sagro Denizen specifically from the main, and then I have more like draw power, and then just go infinite and then mill them out.
Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of making me think about like what if we played
like Esper Dinrova?
No, I was thinking like the what is it? What do you guys call it? The land enchant version of players. What if you just like played Pyroblast in that?
Yeah, Raptor was saying like, because the enchantments, I guess you could just put a mountain in the deck to fetch, but like Pyroblast is a little bit risky to get online because, well, maybe you'd have to go back to a Prism build and play Pyroblast in that.
No,
that would probably work. That would probably work. See, these are the ideas that we need.
Yeah, this deck's mana's already a little sketch.
Yeah. He likes to go light on mana, for sure.
It's really, really hard to put Pyroblast on that list because, you want your sprawls to always name blue. So you draw like Fertile or Abundant just to cast Pyroblast, and usually you can't cast more than one on a turn, so it's pretty clunky in there.
Yeah, so he ended up... I convinced him to play just straight up Counterspell in that slot. Slightly easier to cast in that deck.
You could have tried to go with something like the spell.
Yeah.
Like, just like a more attacking focused build.
What's interesting about Raptor's deck is like, it like goes off super fast. You're like, okay, it's turn 4, I win. I only use 2 minutes of my clock. And then all of a sudden, by the time you win, it's like you're down to 12 minutes. Because you have to like play Mancer, snap Mancer to make 1 mana, and you're like clicking like crazy, like a crazy person. Every time I've played the list, like I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. Whereas at least with the Pirates, you're like click blue, click blue,
yeah,
click blue.
This deck, well, how are you killing them? You're killing them with Compulsive?
You can compulsive mill them, or you can just snap and then attack.
Yeah, snap and attack is like the main con.
Yeah.
You really want a compulsive.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. You could, you could just play the damn Sagro.
You could, yeah, you could. Problem is that it takes up a slot. And there's not a whole lot of flex slots in that list, but
It does take a slot. I don't know. I don't know. It's tricky.
Yeah,
I was thinking, like, you could cut the reaping or like the teachings or whatever. Like, what? Why do we need teachings?
I think he wanted to go teachings for flicker, teachings for snap, teachings for reaping. So like when you have like 1 snap teachings, and then you get to the infinite, and then you like snap combo to make infinite mana, and then play the Mancer to get back teachings, to get back flicker, to flicker, etc.
Yeah, that does some stuff. I don't know. I'm not really sure. It sounds like it's kind of expensive for the teachings, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could probably just ramp into it pretty easily.
You do ramp hard, but I don't know. This is an interesting deck.
Yeah, not many people work on it. I think it's mostly just Raptors, so I think there's a lot to be fixed.
Or determined.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm wondering if, like, we could play more cantrips, or, like, if Reaping is better than Mire, or, like, if Prohibit's really the best counterspell. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, the prohibits were kind of like a leftover from the Sanctuary time frame, when Spellsetter Sprite was really, really super big, and then most of the interaction you'd be playing against is like a negate or a bolt or like a dispel. So you are basically just protecting your combo.
Yeah, one mana counter almost anything in Pauper is pretty good.
Yeah, why don't we just play Dispel, right? Yeah.
Well,
You can't have
prohibit is
Spellsetter.
basically like with the fan mount, it counters almost everything in Pauper.
Yeah, but like, why don't we plan for the situation where our fam's on the stack?
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, I guess you could play Dispel and then have Gut Shot for fairies. I don't know.
I like Dispel a lot as well. It's nice to just be like, yep, play it, no, Dispel. There's just like a lot of interaction, so that like making sure that your familiar lands isn't going to win you the game necessarily, because every deck has like 15 ways to kill it.
Yeah, like
Yeah, but
like
it's
Dispel
like,
can't hit swipe either.
can't get swiped. That's a big one. True. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tricky deck.
It really is.
So I have a question. Where did you come up with your catchphrase of skadoosh?
Wait, what? That's
Do
not
you
my
remember? Do you remember playing FAMs in your videos and be like, "All right, snap you, skadoosh, skadoosh, skadoosh"?
Oh, yeah, it's like more like douche.
Ah,
Like, that's like the, I don't know, like the sound of my powers or whatever, you know?
yeah.
That's my anime noises.
That was always very entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
Super
that's
awesome.
fun. Yeah. You know what else are you supposed to do when you're sitting there clicking for 5 minutes?
Yeah. I remember one match you're playing, you're like, and opponent is timing me out, but we're not gonna time out. We got this.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So funny.
And then I come back and then I actually time out now.
Yeah, no. Well, luckily, like I think the timing out is like way less now that Sanctuary is not a thing for this deck, because that was the thing that took the most time. Because if you're like, okay, I win, but I have 45 cards in my deck and I have to loop 45 times to get Sage Row to loop more. Did you ever experience the loop with Seagate Oracle to win?
With fucking Sanctuary? No. Dude, I
So-
played like not that many games of Sanctuary. But that's
Essentially-
like a nightmare.
Yeah, you have two FAMs and you have an active
You have
Sanctuary.
to like stack your deck? Is that the
Yes.
idea? You're
Yeah,
stacking
you
your
loop
deck and
you
some
loop
shit?
all the way. You loop through your deck, always picking Flicker until your options are Flicker or Muldrifter. And on the first time, you pick Flicker. So then at that time, Muldrifter's on the bottom of your deck, and then you have to loop whatever the size of your deck is -2, so that the Drifter is in the top 2 cards, and then Flicker again and stack the triggers the opposite way, so that you resolve the Seagate first and pick the Drifter, and then evoke the Drifter to get the Flicker.
Jesus.
So there's been times when winning the game, so like against Tron game 2, let's say I have 17 minutes left, I can do that. I could have done that, but I would win with like 2 minutes on the clock, because you have to do it like 100 loops.
Yeah.
Dude, it's exhausting to play these type of decks. Actually, like, oh my gosh, and to like it's cool. I love to like think about all these like convoluted I can win in these spots this way scenarios, but it's like, man, do I really want to have to spend 15 minutes just clicking to kill my opponents? No, like how many minutes of my life have I spent just going off? I'm like, a lot, dude.
If only this was like IRL, when you just say, "Oh, I'm gonna win now." Scoop.
Yeah, but I don't know. It is fun. I love I have a spot in my heart for just like executing the combo.
Yeah, that always feels good when you just like
It's
navigate it.
fun. It's fun.
The clicking's always the worst.
Go as fast as possible. I mean, some people. It's interesting because, most of the people online will be like, "All right, you got me," but a lot of people will be like trying to interrupt you with like pauses and stuff while you're doing things. It's just frustrating.
Flashbacking strands and shit.
And it's like, I respect that, you know? Like, they know that they're in time.
Like,
And
I mean,
like, oh fuck it, like when I play the familiar mirror or when I play versus Tron, like yeah, I'm timing you out too, buddy. Like,
that's what you get for playing Tron, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah. Good times.
yeah, dude. Fuck.
Well, we invite you to definitely check it out and watch our progress at least.
Yeah, I'm definitely down. I love to see that this deck is still thriving.
Yeah, we try to make it work.
Just
You know,
lurk.
I keep my paper familiar deck on my desk and I shuffle it. I'm shuffling it right now. Four foil Sunscape familiars. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Nice.
Pretty sweet.
You probably didn't even have to update it. Like, you just wait it out, and everything gets banned, and now it's back to normal.
I mean, actually, what I was just playing some with my my coworker for fun, and so I actually I juiced up this deck and I put like random cards that aren't legal, like Frantic Search and Peregrine Drake, just cards that I had. And then I also did the same for like the old standard Wilderness Reclamation deck. That's a kind of fun matchup. Just two like broken decks.
That sounds completely busted with Frantic Search and...
Perfect format.
No banless popper, here we go.
Bans are not allowed. Bans are banned.
We ban bans. I got to play a little bit of High Tide in Peasant, which was fun. I wish we could play that in Pauper.
Jesus, High Tide? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Peasant's
But
awesome.
that is a deck where you're doing a lot of clicking.
High Tide sounds really fun. I hope that gets to be legal at some point.
Yeah, I think it would be fine, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I got to play with Temporal Fisher.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I played some, I was, really bad, but I played some Pauper when it was legal, and I had no idea what was going on, but I remember I lost to that deck, once or twice.
Yeah, Fisher was stupid.
That sounds fucking sick, man. I want a Fisher.
Capsize on steroids.
Yeah. No, it's Omega Capsize that also is a one, Ghost and Flicker.
Yup. Oops, I win now.
Man, that sounds cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think I've run out of questions, but I really appreciate you coming on and joining us on this call. It's awesome.
I appreciate you guys having me. It's cool to walk down memory lane and talk about my favorite Magic cards.
Yeah, it was a blast talking to you.
It was a blast talking to you guys.
Hopefully you can come back and learn the archetype again.
Yeah, I might have to hit you guys up, because I don't know if I'll really want to join a whole entire league, but maybe I'll play a match or two just to pick up game.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
For sure.
Yeah, I could be down to mess around with some decks. It's been a while.
I'm still gonna try to put out some videos, and Zimp he has a YouTube and a Twitch, so you can at least check it out and see if it looks interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it will. I don't know.
Get the itch.
I might get the itch. Shoot. Alright, well, it was fun talking to you guys. I guess this seems like a natural ending point here.
Yeah, thanks so much.
So thank you guys all for watching this episode of Unfamiliar Territory. You can see my content on YouTube or on Twitch. Kelly, where can we find your socials?
I have YouTube, and I'm also on Discord and Reddit as Kelly Kais.
And 420dragon, where can we find your content and all that?
I haven't been making much content, but you can definitely follow me on Twitter at PrettyMain666, and if I ever do make content, I will probably let you know on my Twitter.
Sounds good. Thank you guys for watching this. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.